welcome on stage, Team Liquid.
Play Dota so efficiently, they're getting good trades around the map. It's hard to find a weakness in what they do. They always have a plan to win. They're going to pick these lineups that scale fairly well. They'll have a plan to take map control during the mid game and exploit. One of the stories of the tournament, as I said on the panel last night, is will the real M God please stand up? We saw maybe go out last night. We saw Move versus Miracle in an incredibly tight series yesterday. A stat that I just saw for the first time.
Outcome of some of the games at the Manila Major. Selection priority went to Newbie. They took first pick. Liquid chose Dire.
Yeah.
I mean,
we can see why.
Surprise,
right?
I mean,
we can see why.
First pick or Dire. I think it's pretty much very straightforward.
Very, very weak relative to their newbie counterparts. So just limit Chuan. Maybe smoking in their jungle. That's what we see.
But Tubberman is just, well, throttled. There's no way to do anything on that top lane.
I thought the second mine, I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw the third one right after the Roche went down. I was like, I don't know if they can hold off with
it was a gamble, but if it did work, then Liquid would have been in a position where they could potentially win the game.
I think Newbie is much different from LGD, their prior opponent, in that they will make that push. Even when it's like much less favorable for them, I think Newbie went in very commandingly, but they're definitely going to go for that rack.
Maybe it was the fact they didn't push that first time around that gave Liquid the thought maybe Newbie is playing very defensive. Like they want to make sure they get into that grand final. They've come close before and then had that bit of a hurdle.
The point where me and Black, we were bringing up the point where LGD were too safe.
There's so many
Kuroki?
You'd probably say Kuro,
yeah, comes to mind.
But then again, there's so many players who really deserve one too. It's like a very hard question. But out of everybody, he probably didn't have the success he should have had.
Right. I mean, he played in Puppy Shadow for a very long time, has become an outstanding captain leader in his own right, understands the game at a level that as high as anybody right now.
Liquid returning to their booth right now. Plenty of support here in the Mall of Asia Arena as well. And we'll let them get this particular patch of this last few tournaments. More so than perhaps at the start, because Shanghai really highlighted supports very highly with Pylai having such an incredible tournament.
Well, you go back
mostly in the second phase. After they secured the other more important heroes, then they will go for the Jerax and Spirit.
I've seen him first pick a Tudor just to bring in like in a bit of diversity. And
it's been...
There needs to be something like a Witch Doctor or Dazzle for sure.
Okay, Enchantress. That's pretty greedy.
That's not, I don't think that's greedy though. That's a hero that can secure the early game for them.
Yeah.
Gonna play Weaver. Has he played the hero in the event?
I don't think so. Has he played Weaver in this event?
Maybe one game, right?
I feel like we've had one.
I think one game, right? Probably one.
I mean, I'm looking back at his matches.
Maybe it was Epicenter here.
And I don't see it.
Do they actually think it's like a middle Bristol or what? Like for me, it's really clear. Io Bristol is gonna be off lane. They want to like match the Weaver against the Barrier or something. Like I don't know why they would do that.
In fact, they've only played the Weaver twice in the last.
And here we go, game number 2. Team Liquid going up against Newbie. Will we actually see a deciding matchup, Merlini? It looks like Liquid are off to a good start draft-wise. Grand final.
And in both games, the safe lane for the losing team was just way too weak. This game, just the Enchantress and the Weaver were able to crush both of Newbie's heroes. And without the Lion, they're hard-pressed to find a good substitute for that hard lockdown for Tron.
Yeah, but that line was banned down so early on, and it really was something like, and you're seeing it halfway through the draft, you're worried there just wasn't enough control coming out from Newbie. Normally fantastic in their laning phase. The Lich, I think, was actually one of the final bans as well, just to make sure that it wasn't like Newbie holding the lanes back, playing a very passive kind of style, and stopping Liquid from just doing exactly what they did.
And they aren't as good as Liquid as switching up. Sometimes you'll see My Control play, Tidehunter, those sort of big team fight. And in this game, he's on the Weaver. He dishes out.
Do you think that they can then go on in game 3 and now pick apart Liquid's strategy?
They've gone a bit greedier compared to the first game, and I don't think I like that too much. I think Enchantress, earthshaker, early game heroes are the key in this series, and they shouldn't go too greedy.
Yeah, you highlighted that as a point in potential weaknesses when we look at newbie. They can get greedy, they do get greedy quite often.
Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Did they go for that just all out now in game 3 and just go gung-ho?
I think when they were playing greedy in the previous series, we didn't see anyone punish them with Enchantress. And Liquid here making adjustments. After what happened in first game, they got punished by the Enchantress. Yeah. This game, they used the Enchantress against the greed of newbie. So I think whoever gets greedy, you might want to consider banning Enchantress before deciding you want to go greedy. These are the two most influential supports. Roaming, ganking, create pressure. It opens up the space for your offlane.
Oh yeah,
those two. Deep.
It's responsible for the big dire win rate that we've seen at this tournament, about over 65%. The ancient stack location. If ancient stacks, if ancient
Look on the Chuan that we just saw.
I expect nothing else but bling from Chuan.
Dealing with the Sven, all these range heroes. Fantastic positioning, did not get caught by a multiple man curse wall, which newbie were just hoping for, praying for the entire game. And with that, newbie will exit the tournament.
That they will. They'll have to settle for 3rd place in Team Liquid. 2 major finals in a row. The big question we're going to find out, are they capable of winning it this time around? They hit a hurdle up, and this time they're up against OG.
And Liquid showing that they have so many dimensions to their team. Like any one of their cores can carry them to victory. This game, I think, Final played especially well. Matama Man and Mind Control as impressive as always. He's been the MVP for me for the past couple of days.
Yeah, he really has been amazing. The whole Liquid lineup was awesome. Like, you had such a big combination. The Darkseer 5th pickup. You knew newbie was hoping for that big combination. They've destroyed so many other teams with it, but Liquid's positioning, always on the mark, always making it so difficult for newbie to get that early advantage to a point where they're forced to curse one target who's slightly out of position, also on purpose, just so he actually tanks up these big abilities.
And don't forget about Jerax. Jerax also had that early level 6 at 8 minutes, and they fought with Supernova, and newbie just got destroyed. That was way too early of a team fight for newbie to win.
Yeah, it was terrific Dota from Team Liquid. They deserve to be in that grand final. I honestly cannot wait to it, and because this crowd, they are so supportive of Team Liquid as well. Kuro.
The mind behind Liquid, Red Eye, couldn't say it any better than myself. We have got Kuro here of Team Liquid. Guys, we're moving on to the grand finals. OG Liquid. Woo! Talk to me, Ben. How you feeling after that one? Actually, before we start, I mean, I feel like for this interview, you should be the one on the right this time, right? So make sure that we're good there. All right. How you feeling, man?
I feel okay.
You're doing okay? Kuro, you're always giving me I'm doing okay. You just beat newbie, man. You're going to the grand finals of major. Are you doing great? Can I get a great?
I guess it's all right.
All right, sounds good, man. So let's talk about game 1. It was looking extremely stressful for you guys. I mean, they got that snowball off the front rune, or the top rune, excuse me, and they're just rolling over you guys. Most teams would have tilted. You know, they wouldn't have come in very good on that one. But then you guys came in on game 2. I feel like that was you talking as a captain. What did you say in between those 2 games to make sure you came in so strong for the second game?
Well, after the first game, I felt we still gave them a pretty hard time. So I was pretty confident. I tried to raise confidence in my team. I think everyone was feeling good. We already played newbie before and during Epicenter, and they're like the final boss for us, them and OG. So at the end of the day, we just want to have fun playing Dota against them.
Woo! Well, it certainly sounds like you're having a lot of fun here, man. I mean, you guys have made it so far. Now, one question for you about Fada. Was that Fada's first game on Medusa ever in an official tournament?
I think it was, yeah. We hasn't played it with the current iteration of Team Liquid. We talked about Medusa. I thought it's a really good hero. I mean, it's one of my favorite heroes, actually. When I played carry, I actually played Medusa, too. So anyway, I told him to practice Medusa, and he started liking it. So we just waited for the right moment to bust him out. Felt it was the right moment.
You felt like the elimination match before the finals of a major tournament was the right moment, man. That was it?
Yeah.
Jesus. All right, cool. So let's talk about the rest of your team. Now, you guys have done an amazing job as a team going in, but one thing that not a lot of people talk about are all the support guys. I mean, the coaches, the managers, all that. How much did they impact what happened here so far in this tournament?
Well, all of them are part of my team. I'm very grateful to have them on my team. They're all part of winning. And yeah, we are Team Liquid.
Yeah, we are Team Liquid, all of you together. All right, cool. Well, coming up, the finals, man. Before we get too hyped, I want to give you a moment to talk to the audience here. I want to give you a moment to talk to your fans before you go in and tell them anything you want to say. Anything to say here to the crowd and everybody watching at home.
Well, cheer for us. OG is one of the best teams in the world, if not the best. We've played them a lot. We both started from the bottom. We made new teams after TI. Nota is my dear friend. I'm happy to play against them and cheer for the best team.
All right. Woo! Okay, buddy. The two Titans are going up. You guys have been the favorites the whole time. This is it. The first time you're facing. Only one's going home to win the major. Is it going to be Team Liquid?
I don't know.
Are we going to kiss?
What?
We're not going to kiss. Please stop asking. All right, man. Thank you so much. A hell of a performance that you've done, and we cannot wait to see more of you guys. But before I shoot it back to Red Eye, this might be our last chance to do something like this before the finals, because I don't want to take away from all the hype on the teams. Guys in the crowd and guys at home, can we give it up for the wonderful production that we've seen here by PGL? All right. There we go. All the boys there in the back, all of our camera guys. There you go. And now that's it. Now from now on, it's all about Team Liquid and OG. Let's go to those grand finals, baby. And let's send it back to Red Eye and the rest of the boys on the panel.
Defeat, not something to be taken lightly. But it's not until adversity hits you that you are truly tested. To persevere in the aftermath of defeat, they have passed through the scorching fires of damnation to have a chance at redemption. This is their opportunity to bury the past, to become legends in their own right. One momentary lapse of concentration, and all they have fought for, everything that they have accomplished, will have been in vain. The exhilaration of victory is within their grasp. The grand finals of the Manila Major awaits them. They may have lost the battle, but they are here to win the war. Welcome on stage, Team Liquid.
This is just like one of those
games where you look at these Liquid players, everyone performed their role perfectly. Mind control in the off lane, not a single death. Matumba Man, dominant, aggressive play on his Ursa. 18 kills over a 37-minute game. And then you have Fata in the mid lane. This is probably one of the mids who gets the least attention compared to just how good he is. He wins his lane every single time when he's in an advantageous matchup. Even when he's in an even matchup in terms of heroes, he still finds ways to win his lane. And he crushed that Alchemist. 0-10 is the end score for No Tail. Liquid take a very, very convincing game one.
And this could kind of count the, I mean, it's not really a cheese strat, but maybe a little bit just as like that clever Elder-Titan usage that we saw when they're doing the Elder-Titan mag. You know, that was not really cheese, but it was just like, oh wow, that's like a sick combo.
Yeah,
like, you don't really think about it.
Yeah, yeah. We've had a couple of Brood games as well where Brood is surprised.
Admiral Brood Mother.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So we've had a couple of those. Liquid just heading back to their booth as well.
Probably for Liquid, it's going to come down to having just a little bit more early game laning presence. Game one, it was Kuro active on the Riki. This time around, it was a bit greedier on the Beastmaster. They thought they could get away with it, probably expecting the Void in the offlane. You see a Void Jug, you're not expecting a last pick Darkseer, but it was really a fantastic last pick for OG, giving them more team fight and more laning pressure. So OG